Hi guys, my name is Ariel, and today I'm going to be doing the top 5 series I want to read in 2020. The majority of these are YA books that are what I would call like staple YA series that everybody has read or knows about. Most of these are just really popular series that I want to get on a bandwagon with because I feel left out and I want to join in on the conversation when people talk about it. So the first series I want to read this year or in 2020 is the Illuminate Files by Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. Oh my god, I hope I got it right. Everybody says their name like with the book title. It's like the book title is called Illuminate by Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. I don't even know who these people are. I know their names. Basically, this book series is set in space, which intimidates me, but a lot does intimidate me. And it's supposed to be like star-crossed lovers and ship catalogs and pictures that are around the whole page. So it seems kind of weird, but I'm down for it. I did start it last summer, but the audiobook, I didn't like it. So I think I'm gonna read the audiobook while reading it just so that I can get the full experience. Really? Yeah, I didn't realize that this was such a popular series on BookTube until I joined because I have always wanted to read it, but I just thought it was like too weird. But it might be something I'm down for, especially because even though the books are really big, there's so much mixed media that I could get through it relatively quickly. It'll probably be the series that I read or that I go through the fastest during this little project for myself. The second series I want to read is the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa, Meyer. This is like a really popular series that everybody knows and like has read and talked about. I just don't think that it was like my thing, but I did just recently find out it's like a fantasy steampunk kind of thing, or maybe that's like my interpretation of it, but whatever, it's making me read it. I don't know the basic premise of the book itself, but everybody who has read the series absolutely loves the characters, which I am like completely down for. I'm definitely very much a character-driven reader than a plot-driven reader, although I do appreciate a good plot. I'm much more inclined to enjoy a book or especially continue on with the series if I love the characters. The next series I hope to read in 2020 is the Bone Season. I think it's called Bone Season. I've always had my eye on this, but I wasn't sure like when I wanted to start it. I figure next year is better late than never because the 4th book is coming out in February or March. This is a 7-book series, so I'm not going to be completely bummed out if I don't read all 4 books next year, but I am really interested in starting it and trying out and see if it is something that I would enjoy. Again, this is fantasy. Can't seem to escape it. I'm not entirely sure what this series is about, to be honest, but it does have something to do with like an underground society that the main character becomes a part of, but then there's like an even more secret underground society, a part of that society that she like becomes a part of. I think that might be way off the mark, but I'm going to say that's what it's about. The next series that I want to complete next year is the Raven Cycle series. I meant to read it this year, but I never did, obviously. I've owned this book since this came out, and I've started it maybe 20 times and just never could get into it. Could never read past the 40-page mark for whatever reason. And reading other people's reviews, they do say that the beginning is a little hurdle to jump through. I've always loved Maggie Steifvater's writing, but in this series, it's a little difficult to get used to. It's very flowery and whimsical, which I do like, but when it's mixed with fantasy, I don't know what happens to my brain. I just get lost. Honestly, I built it up in my head so much that I'm either going to really, really love it or really, really hate it. So the final series that I want to read next year is the Viners series. I think that's what it's called. By Libba, Bray. Obviously, everybody has read this series. I know it has to do with like the 1920s and ghosts. I'm really looking forward to reading this series because it is being completed in February. Yeah, those are the series that I want to finish in 2020 or at least start in 2020. If you're planning on reading any of these books next year, let me know and we can buddy read them together. If anybody wants to buddy read this, I would be honored. I feel like reading a whole series with one person would be totally awesome. So if you're interested in doing that, let me know. Although I am a really slow reader, so that's something to consider. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!